Hey, this is David Owen.
And this is Marion Cowigowan.
And this is You Show Me Yours Rewatches Degrassi Junior High. And this time we have the episode, Season 2, Episode 1, the first episode of Season 2. And it is called Eggbert.
Yeah.
You're speechless.
I ran out of clever things to say.
You're speechless.
I ran out of chicken jokes because they used them all in this episode. We'll explain that in a second. This is the episode where people carry an egg around and say it's just like having a baby.
Yeah, man.
And as someone who had a baby, I'm like, no, the F it's not.
Yep.
For one thing, they're supposed to do this for 2 weeks, and it's a raw egg.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe in Canada, you know how in Europe, like they don't wash the eggs.
Yes.
So they maybe in Canada they do that. But I feel like 2 weeks is really a long time. So if you trip on day 14 and drop the egg, things are going to go bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
like it's going to be spoiled.
It's going to stink to high heaven.
Sure, yeah, but also if you
is that the incentive to not do
14, it's going to stink too.
I dropped our baby on day not 14, but I dropped him, and he didn't stink.
You dropped yourself on like day 3.
That's true. Yeah, y'all, I fell so much. In the first 6 months of our kid's life. I don't know. I feel like you should have had me checked out.
The funniest thing about that fall was that you thought he was crying, but he was like downstairs with me totally.
Well, that is so. Yeah, that's a thing. They call that phantom crying. Like when you have a newborn, you're so tired and your hormones are all over the place, and your brain is trying to learn to care for this new little person, and you're so attuned to them making a noise. And so I woke up convinced that I heard him crying, and I ran downstairs, and I think what happened is I fell asleep as I was walking down the stairs because I just tumbled ass over tea kettle and landed on the very hard tile over concrete floor.
Yeah, it was just tile right on a slab.
Yeah, it was
in our like sub basement.
Yeah,
or whatever.
And you are sitting on the sofa with the baby, and he's totally happy, which he always was with you.
Oh, yeah.
Never with me.
Yeah.
With me, he was like, "Give me that milk, you bitch." And you both are like, "What in the world?" And I just burst into tears.
Yeah.
Luckily, my mom was there to take me back to bed and like talk sense into me and like give me soothing, beef tea or whatever it is they do to Victorian hysterical women, because that's basically what I was. Anyway, my head didn't burst, but it would have been bad.
Yeah, geez.
And it would have been worse if it was an egg. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, you have no idea what we're talking about. Spike, remember Spike? From last semester. Apparently, in the new semester, it's spring now. I don't. But okay,
Canada.
Sure. Canada, known for its early January springs.
Well, and I wonder if that is a Canada thing of like, half of the country is going to get like a lot of snow. Let's just we don't take our summer break. We take our winter break.
Clever, if true. I don't think that is the case. But anyway, like people are in shorts. I don't get it. But anyway, Spike is evidently planning to keep the baby, strongly considering, etc. So she's at a support group for teen moms, and they're doing this like venting session, and then the counselor's like, "Okay, that's it. Meanwhile, take an egg and keep it for 2 weeks, and this will be just what it's like to have a baby." And I was like, no, it will not be.
I mean, I can see where they're going. We did this in my school. I did not do it. I think I said before, we did it in health class.
Mm-hmm.
And my health teacher was more interested in telling us inappropriate stories from his time as a EMT than teaching us actual health. And so we didn't do it, but kids did do it. So there was, it was.
Was it legit with an egg?
Yes. It was not uncommon to see kids walking around with an egg like freshman year, because you only had health class freshman year in my school system. So yeah, I mean, it was a thing that you did, and like I can see on some level the you're introducing this concept to a teen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's partially a scare tactic. It really reeks of like abstinence
Yeah.
education or something.
Yeah.
Like, look, you couldn't even keep up with an egg for 2 weeks. What are you thinking? But like in the case of this, these are already pregnant ladies.
Yeah.
So it's not trying to teach, but that was like almost explicitly the idea behind it when they did it in school, because it was like, everybody who didn't make it, they got kind of called out, and just like, hey, you didn't make it, you only made it 2 weeks or whatever. And like they had a board up where they would, and it was like in the hall where you would pass by it.
Oh gosh.
So they had like a board up where like people would get crossed off. And then of course, like I don't know if they stopped it for this reason, but like inevitably it became this thing of like, oh, that person has an egg.
Yeah.
Let's run them
Oh.
into a wall.
Oh no. Yeah. Because
And so
jerk's gonna jerk.
exactly. And so it became this thing of like these kids having to like protect the egg like a glass football
Yeah.
during the day, during class change and
Oh
stuff.
gosh. Yeah. So my school didn't do any of this stuff because we were Catholic and they were just like, don't have sex. The end.
Yeah. It's forbidden.
You'll go to hell.
Yeah.
And you'll have the baby. Inconvenient all around.
In hell.
For the current life and the afterlife. But yeah, having had a baby now, I don't, a bag of flour or an egg, like if you just go home and you're like, yeah, I'm putting this on the shelf for 12 hours, you can do that. That is not how a baby actually is. I don't know. It seems very easy to like completely not take this seriously and be like, oh yes, I totally watched my bag of flour or my egg the whole time. I think if you really want to teach what it's like, the more realistic thing are those stupid electronic babies that randomly start crying at 3 a.m.
Yeah, man.
And, they only quiet down if you hold them at the right angle for, but newsflash, real babies don't operate on logic. So even that is going to give you false expectations. Like there would have been me with our kid, like, but I've been feeding him for 4 hours. And he's still not happy. What in the world? Like that was the problem I had with babies is like, I fed you, I've changed you, you're not hot, you're not cold. What do you want? And he's just like, man, somewhere on the other side of the planet, a butterfly flapped its wings and that's making me unhappy. And like, I needed logic and I did not get logic. So yeah, I feel like the electronic babies are probably a little bit more accurate.
Yeah, they're like a step up.
But there's, I imagine, stupid expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But you're giving them to teenagers, so they're going to get damaged really easily. Yeah. And even then, it's not. So I don't know.
Yeah, like I feel like like, why did no one ever leverage like Tamagotchis for this?
Yes.
Like a little thing
that's true.
A little keychain sized thing
yeah.
that you have to attend to or else, and like it could be made to tell on you.
That's true. Yeah, because they're always so like the electronic babies were like baby sized, right? Yeah. And then the bag of flour, I think they did it because that's fragile and the size of a baby approximately. But the Tamagotchis have all the electronic capabilities, but
yeah, and you gotta feed it every so often. It'll tell on you if you don't keep it up. It'll be like you could do like interesting things too, like like they could sense how long they're in darkness, and stuff like that. It'd be you set rules like, oh, your baby can your Tamagotchi baby can only be in darkness for 6 hours, 8 hours a day or whatever, like.
Oh my gosh, I'm imagining like Tamagotchi meets the Oregon Trail and then randomly it's like, your baby has colic.
Yeah.
Go to the ER.
Yeah.
And then it senses the temperature change. This is the thing with colic or croup or something. As soon as you get them outside, it's colder and something about that makes them stop coughing and then they're fine. So yeah. Okay. So new business idea.
Yeah.
Tamagotchi / Oregon Trail babies for the modern age.
Yeah. Get me John Tamagotchi on the phone right now.
Although apparently we don't need it because like teen pregnancy has dropped some large percentage because Gen Zs are just not having sex apparently.
Yeah.
Which according to some is terrible because they're like, we're not going to have enough babies.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other thing, which you don't want me to get into. Anyway, so Spike has this egg.
Yeah, yeah.
And an odd gender divide here. She takes it to school and she tells her friends what she's doing with it. And all the girls think this is so cute.
Yeah.
And one of the twins draws a face on it and says, oh, we need a name. Let's call it Eggbert, blah, blah, blah. And they're rather supportive of this thing. Meanwhile, Shane is just being creepy and sort of trying to get Spike to talk to him, and she doesn't want to. And she's just mad. I can't remember what she's mad about. Is it because he wanted her to keep the baby but wasn't going to do anything about it? I don't really remember.
I don't know. I think she's just mad in general, but I wouldn't say he's being creepy. Like
he's kind of hovering a lot.
I think he is trying to be supportive and doesn't know how, and she doesn't know whether she wants him to be supportive. Like
they are 14
teenagers, right?
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
true.
They're 14. Like,
yeah. But so finally she's like, you want to help? Okay, take care of this egg for a week, which is sort of problematic because he has not told his parents.
Yes.
And his parents are so incredibly square.
Yes. And old.
Yes, like it looks like they're his grandparents.
Yeah.
Is he the youngest? Did they mention something about elder siblings?
He has grown. Yeah, the context clues indicate that he has grown siblings.
Yeah. So he was like the surprise baby at menopause.
He seems to be a late in life addition, but it doesn't change the fact that it's hilarious that they are like grandma and grandpa age.
Yes. Well, and then his father, who is an Anglican priest, I learned from the show notes. You probably didn't notice the collar, but
there's a point where they say something that indicates that he's of the cloth.
Yes. He's reading something. Oh, he's been on the phone with a parishioner whose son is, having some trouble, and he's just like, Shane, have you heard about this crack?
Yeah.
I was just like,
offhand.
My God.
Like, have you ever heard of crack?
It's like he walked in from an after-school special.
Yeah.
And then, he says things like, well, this boy is in trouble. I'm glad you're not like that, Shane. You're such a fine, upstanding young man. And Shane's like, yes, totally.
I'm certainly not doing crack.
Yes, I am. Other things, but not crack. Yeah. So God bless his parent. Like the parent characters here. Like, I know we're not supposed to be looking at the parents, but now as a parent, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's weird. They're weird. Weirdos. A couple weirdos.
Well, and the different archetypes of parents that show up on the show. You've got like the super protective ones like Vula.
Yeah.
And then Lucy's parents who are completely not really laying down the law because she's having another party.
Oh, yeah.
And recall the last party is where Spike got pregnant. So everybody's like, Lucy throws the best parties.
Lucy party.
Even though she was not the one who was like, sure, come and have sex in my parents' bedroom. It'll be fine. But yeah, the archetypes of parents on here, it's a good variety here. But so Shane's feeling all uncomfortable because he doesn't know what to do. And his parents are like, oh, you're so great. And he knows he's got responsibilities and he needs to tell them, but he doesn't want to, blah, 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 blah. So he has the egg and he's sort of hiding it from them. Finally goes to Lucy's party with the egg in tow. And so I mentioned gender divide. All the boys are completely making fun of him and making all sorts of chicken and egg jokes at him. Why? I don't like, are you just being dicks because you're teenage boys? I don't get it. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well that's dumb. Like, use your powers for something else. I don't get it. And so he's at the party and
so essentially like one of the major plot points is that he has to make this decision of like she's like, well, maybe sometimes you won't be able to go to a party because you have a baby, like you have responsibilities now, so you can't go to the party. And then he shows up at the party anyway.
And he's brought the egg with him. He's like, people bring babies to parties.
Yeah.
Like they do, but not really.
Yeah.
And the boys immediately grab the egg from him, and they're playing keep away and blah blah. And he wants to be cool, and so he's tossing it around too. And Spike is mad, and she storms out, and I forget what she says, but they have a fight over it, and eventually she tosses it on the ground.
She is I mean, like, laying down the realistic aspect of this is like he can forget about all this and walk away, and he has, and pretend to his parents that it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
But wherever she goes, she's pregnant.
Yes. As illustrated by Kathleen, our resident. If you need someone to do something bitchy, Kathleen is always available.
Oh, yeah.
Spike's walking by, and Kathleen says, they shouldn't have her at this school. She should go to a home.
Right.
And Melanie smartly says, well, what about Shane? He did it too, and he's not pregnant, Kathleen says.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is a thing. I mean, that is a double standard that you see a lot. It takes two to tango, and everybody knows that he's the father of the baby, but he gets to, because he plays football, so he gets to stay, or whatever.
Yeah, but so they have that. She is angry that once everyone was throwing Eggbert around, and Shane catches Eggbert, and there's this moment of will he, won't he join in?
Mm-hmm.
Will he do the responsible thing and say, no, we can't throw my child around?
Mm-hmm.
And he throws Eggbert.
Yeah.
And then she storms out, and he retrieves Eggbert, and they have the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for Spike, it is a lot about the ramifications, the physical ramifications. She's very sad about getting fat.
Yes.
She keeps saying, I'm going to get fat.
Several times. Yeah. And it wasn't even like I'm going to get big or have a belly. It's I'm going to get fat.
Like, eventually they do rotate in some synonyms.
Yeah.
I don't want to get big. Like, but very frequently she's like, I'm going to get fat.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. Well, it's not really fat.
That's not, like, listen, I know what fat is, honey. That's not what happens, but okay.
But yeah. And then, yes, she grabs the egg away and throws it on the ground.
Yes, and it's very artfully, its little hand-drawn face is just at the top, and it's just smiling with the spreading yolk, like its brains. Because in the 80s, we knew that an egg was your brain.
I don't know if Canadians knew that.
Oh.
We did. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if your brain on drugs
Canadian
was a Canadian
listeners,
thing.
did you get that spot?
Yeah.
It was like a cast iron skillet.
Yeah.
This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs, and it's a fried egg in the skillet. I don't know. I've heard people laugh at it, but I thought it was... I don't know if it gave me... that was not what put me off of drugs.
No.
But it was effective and memorable.
No, it was... I would say, that one ad was more effective than anything in Dare.
Yes.
For my money.
Yes.
Because, it was harsh, and it was just like, hey, look, this is, this is how this is for real. Like, and... It probably scared a few kids away from drugs like crack.
Mm-hmm.
Crack cocaine.
Yeah. My favorite anti-drug ad, which we quote frequently, is the one where the dad finds pot in his son's room, and he says, where did you get this? Who taught you about this? And he goes, you, all right. I learned it from watching you.
Yeah, man.
I don't think that was very effective, but I crack up every time.
And I feel like that ad was directed at parents.
Yeah.
It was like just calling out this double standard of like, hey, you can't be in this say no to drugs thing, and you fucking hippies still smoking your joints, your reefer cigarettes on the regular, and letting your kids see it. And and for me, that was a reality. Like, I knew what pot was because my dad smoked it every weekend when he picked me up. Like, at first it was subtle, where we would stop in front of some random house and he would grab his...
took you on his drug deals?
No, it wasn't a deal.
Yeah.
Like, we would stop at some random friend of his house, and he had a feathered roach clip. It was a roach clip with a string on it, and then there were feathers on that, and it hung from the rearview mirror. The thing on your rearview mirror that you flip to make it into night mode. Your rearview mirror. He had a feathered roach clip that hung off that, and we would pull in front of somebody's house, usually in the projects of Thomasville. I don't think Thomasville had real projects, but it was where the poor people lived.
Uh-huh.
And my dad was a huge racist, so it wasn't like it was the white projects. It wasn't the
You have to have standards, really.
yes. And so we would pull up in front of somebody's house. He would stop. He would be like, "Stay here, boy," and he would grab his little roach clip off the, and then after a while, it just wasn't even a thing. Like I remember one time, for some reason, we had a video recorder. We had a VHS recorder, and I was filming people, and I went outside and filmed my dad and all of my aunts and uncles passing joints around from like out back at my grandmother's house.
Yes.
And I'm sure that tape never never saw the light of day or anything.
I
but
mean, yeah, like, did your mom know about this?
Presumably. I mean, I think my dad was always a pothead.
Oh
So
my
like presumably
God.
she knew that he did it, but I don't know. I don't know if she did or not. But I would think there was no way that she couldn't have known, because it didn't seem like this was a new thing that he, and, born in the, 50s, graduated high school in 74 or 75, like, like was right there in the casual use of.
So casual use in your own downtime is one thing, but making your kid wait in the car while you go blaze it with a rando is.
Or would you rather have taken me in?
I'm just, wait a while anyway.
Yeah. But also like in seeing that roach clip
Yes.
in like in his room at my grandparents with a roach still in it.
Oh my God.
Stuff like that. Like, and it was so, I got it. And also, like I said, like we had a hustler stump. Like I was the 2.5 days a week that I saw my dad, or 2.5.
Hold on. 2.5 that you saw him, or 2.5 that you were in his custody, because those are quite different.
That I was in his custody. Were like some of the worst, like my deviant cousins who all spent time in work camps and jail and all sorts of stuff, introducing me to their stump full of Hustler magazines out back of their house.
Not for the first time. I am so grateful for your mother.
Oh yeah.
And her parents and that entire anyway, but yeah, back to the kid and the dad. I do think that there's a way you can say, okay, this is for grown-ups, which is
sure.
You are not ready for this yet. But also, yes, if you're going to have your vice, do it when your kid's not around.
Yes, agreed.
But anyway, back to Shane and so he drops Eggbert. Spike drops Eggbert on the ground, and Shane is like left to just stare at his ruptured egg child.
Yes.
And be thoughtful. And he goes home, and Mom, Dad, I have something to tell you. Freeze frame.
Yes.
So, and we'll see what happens. And the parents will say, well, I think we would rather you were doing crack than this.
Oh, yes. The mom puts down her knitting and is like, they're like, let us finish this hand of gin rummy first. And then,
oh God, they're so square. I know, I'm sure they are. Like, they provide him everything he needs, and they try to be as emotionally available as people of their generation could be, and they mean well and everything, but they're so square, which is, parents are supposed to be square.
Yeah. And I think, though, I do like, and I don't know if this is an intentional choice or not, but of all of the parents, these are the ones that seem the most sort of, caring and, like we said, square. And Shane essentially has one of the better home lives of all of these kids at Degrassi, including the fact that he is only at Degrassi instead of private school.
Yeah.
Because presumably he convinced them that he wanted that experience or whatever. So, there is a point where he makes the comment, oh, if my parents find out, they'll send me to private school like my brothers, and I do, like I said, I don't know if it's an intentional choice or not, but like, it would be real easy to have Rick be the father, or Wheels, who has the adoption stuff, though he has solid
Wheels' parents.
His parents are great, but he has that whole adoption arc that could have thrown him into a different direction, or Joey Jeremiah, who has seemingly good parents, but has gone off in his own direction. Yeah, or having, instead of Spike, having LD or somebody be the one that gets, probably, like, they don't pick, of the characters they have that are disadvantaged at home,
Mm-hmm.
they pick two of the characters. So Spike is single mother, hectic life, and all that sort of stuff. But
Dad is
and dad is absent. But Shane is in a perfectly well-adjusted family.
Oh, Shane has a life that, like, Rick would kill for.
Yes, yeah.
Like,
So
literally would murder somebody.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that it's not, well, the two kids from the wrong side of the tracks, got in there and did the thing.
That's what they do, Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair point. So we'll find out next time what Shane's parents say.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will go well.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, speaking of people who could get pregnant, Stephanie has turned over a new leaf.
Yes.
And I've said a couple times, I did not really understand how she and Vula had been best friends before the school year. Well, if you recall, she decided she's getting rid of her hoochie clothes.
Yes.
And so she shows up at school dressed in presumably what she wore before. And all of a sudden, this makes so much more sense.
Yeah. Although it's funny because these clothes aren't even as hip as the clothes that she wears to school before she changes. Like,
yes.
Like, not only does she go away from the quote hoochie clothes, she reverts back to, like,
it's real bad.
Yeah.
Well, it's true. Yeah. Before she was wearing, like, a cotton blouse and a cotton skirt and like totally a sweater boring. And just boring,
like
but
the same sort of stuff that, like, Melanie and, like, fairly, the other, like, t-shirt and this and that, fairly
age appropriate.
Yeah.
But this is Vulacore. It's a silk blouse with a high neck and a little tie there and a long skirt, and just
like puffy sleeves.
I mean, to the point that, and everyone notices, and somebody says, she, what did they say? Look at Stephanie's clothes. Is she going to a funeral later or something like that? I mean, like, yeah.
And she is like, and again, this is one of those things of, like, she is saying that she's dressing more mature.
Yeah.
Which was, of course, what she was doing before. But now this is her, like, probably looking at, like, her mom's wardrobe and going, like, oh, this is how I need to dress. Her mom, who is a pharmacist.
Right. And she's pulling all these clothes out of her locker, which, did she keep stuff in her locker before? I don't know. Anyway, high heels and a lot of jewelry, and, and it's funny, like, when you saw her dressed before, she kind of pulled off all these clothes because she had, like, that sort of a slight smirk on her face, and she, like, the clothes worked for her. But when she's pulling them out of her locker, they just all look so cheap.
Oh, yeah.
And sort of tawdry. And, like, the jewelry is all, plastic, and it was from, like, the equivalent of Claire's.
Yeah.
And it's just, without her to wear them, it just looks so gaudy and gross.
Oh,
and, But anyway, Alexa, who we've seen a couple times.
Yeah, basically a background character comes to the fore.
Yes, like, she didn't have a name before, but the producers were like, and we will call this one Alexa. Here we go. Now you have a personality. She's like, oh, I like these clothes. Can I have them? And Stephanie's like, sure. I'm just throwing them away. I don't,
Yeah.
And she regrets this decision in about 0.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because they're all in Mr. Radish's class, and they have a new kid who has approximately 2 brain cells to rub together.
Yeah.
But he's real dreamy.
Oh, yeah. Cool Simon.
He was a model, we think.
That is the ongoing thing of, like, I think he's in this commercial.
Yeah. And he takes a shine to Alexa. And even more so when she shows up the next day in Stephanie's clothes.
Yes.
And he's like, oh,
tube top and all. She's got it's a real that outfit's a real Peg Bundy outfit.
It doesn't fit Alexa quite as well as it did Stephanie. Which is always
she's got the pink, like the pink leggings,
and then that sheer duster.
And the sheer it's a very
it was a different time for clothes. But
don't get me wrong. Peg Bundy is a queen. She's a fashion icon in her own right.
Icons
but this
are
is
not always. Yeah,
this is not for a 14-year-old.
No. And Stephanie sees what's going on. Like she's trying to, find reasons to talk to Simon, et cetera, et cetera. But she sees that he's talking to Alexa, and she's, Alexa, I want my clothes back. And Alexa is like, no,
yeah,
they're mine. You gave them to me.
Yeah.
And Stephanie says, well, I'll buy them. And Alexa's like, no, I like them.
Yep,
and just
I'm
leaves. And like, good on you, girl. Like, backbone.
Yeah, sure.
No take backs. But Stephanie is practically like rending her garments and clenching her fists, and I can't possibly get him with my personality. I needed my clothes, and now it's like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
So we'll find that out too.
Yeah, and like we said, this is peppered throughout the episode, and it's it is very it's one of those things of like Stephanie gets an immediate put up or shut up moment.
Yes.
Like you thought you were going to ditch the clothes and you were going to be, so now here's your chance to see. I do want to see though. I want to see like the face to face of Vula, and I want to see is she still.
Well, I'm not sure that Vula is in this season,
and that wouldn't surprise me if she isn't. But I think they're missing a huge opportunity.
Yeah, I think. Let's see.
Because she has been absolutely impenetrable to Stephanie's inroads to try and make amends.
Oh no, she's softened a little bit.
But
I'm looking in the.
Well, let it be a surprise to us.
Yeah, I don't think she's coming back. I think the actress just was like, nope.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and someone at some point will say, "Oh yeah, her parents went back to Czech Lakistan, man. They're the king in the castle."
She kept having family members appear that we thought were dead, and so by the way, we learned in a episode last season that she has a sister too, and the sister has a baby. Like, Vula's family members are just popping up all over. Like,
exactly.
What in the world? Yeah, it's kind of dangerous.
In the meantime, we have a nice little toit sort of plot. It's nice and compact.
Yeah.
Our comedy duo, Arthur and Yick, are spraying each other with water pistols.
It's basically assassins, except it's just the two of them.
Yeah, early day.
Yeah.
Senior assassins.
And the bullied are seeking to become the bullies, basically.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. There's a
new kid shows up.
And he not even did he transfer from another school. Like, he was in 6th grade, and they were like, "We're going to send you up to 7th grade." I imagine
he's been elevated.
I imagine they were like, "Oh my god, this kid's so annoying."
Yeah,
send him to the junior high.
He's been elevated,
and he's a tiny little kid with big glasses, and and he goes by Scooter. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And he meets them right when he walks in, and send me to Miss Avery's class, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I will say that even though you said bullies, bullied become bullies, they don't broom closet him.
They don't. You can tell they kind of want to.
Yeah,
and they're they're like,
Yick is like down up the stairs and take a left.
Yes.
Yeah, like. That was good. That was their moment to perhaps break the cycle, and they did. So.
But you can. I mean, they have a similar attitude toward him that Joey had toward them. Like, oh, these kids.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. But Scooter gets them back because both of them have squirt guns like in their binders or whatever, and they squirted each other in class, which is ballsy commitment to a prank. Yeah. And Scooter figures this out, and he has a squirt gun that he keeps in his pocket. And at some point toward the end of the episode, Arthur,
they presumably called a truce at this point.
Yeah. Yick is like bending down, getting stuff in his locker, and Scooter shoots the gun at Arthur. And Arthur sees Yick and thinks that Yick did it. And Yick's like, I don't, what? So this kid is smarter than... than you would have thought.
And I would say they're not exactly bullying him. It's almost like they're just trying to kind of figure out the hierarchy here. Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, technically he's the same grade as us, but he's a little kid to them. Yeah. Yeah. Like, kind of, they're just sort of confused by it all. Like, they're trying to find their footing, and so maybe now they'll have another member to their little comedy relief team.
Maybe. Fun fact, that actor is the younger brother, I assume, of the Susie.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Emmanuel Lewis. I don't know. He had a sort of an Emmanuel Lewis quality.
He
to him.
did kind of, yeah. So
Yeah.
he's a cutie, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was always the difference. Gary Coleman always looked like a small grown up.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Emmanuel Lewis was just a small kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He just looked like a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the plots of
season 2.
Season 2 premiere
has opened.
Eggbert. So let's see.
We're still tracking Spike, which will again continue to be a large focus because, like I said, I think the main reason that this ever got shown in school, certainly in my school, was for the hey, don't get teen pregnant because look at what happens to this lady. It's not great.
Not good. So yeah, that will probably be a season-long arc.
Oh, for sure.
So, but next episode is not a Spike centric.
Oh.
Next episode is Lucy centric.
Oh.
Lucy, whose parents suck.
Yes.
Basically.
They're loose.
Yes. This is called A Helping Hand. ...
Oh.
The ellipses of tension.
Mm-hmm.
A teacher named Mr. Colby substitutes for Mr. Radich and takes a particular interest in Lucy. Despite LD being very suspicious about Colby, Lucy denies it, but later finds out her suspicions are true when Colby begins touching her inappropriately. My God, that's a terrible sentence. Meanwhile, Wheels is being tutored by Ms. Avery and gets glasses as a result of eye problems, and later witnesses Colby touching Lucy, inadvertently helping her escape potential sexual assault when he enters the classroom to get a book. Is it going to be as clear as like, now that I have glasses, I can see what he's doing to you.
Right.
My distance vision was bad before, but now I can see everything from far away.
My eyes are open.
Yeah. Wheels, by the way, Snake, Joey, and Wheels are joined at the hip.
Yes,
now,
at this point, yes.
In a way that is hilarious to me because up until episode like 10 of last season, Snake was never with the other two. But
yeah.
Anyway, and one of them is wearing a Zit Remedy shirt, and you're going to see that a lot. Yeah. So, well, folks, we would love to know what you think about the Eggbert episode. Did you have an egg or a bag of flour or a electronic baby or, any of these things in your junior high school classes? Let us know. We would love to know your experience. And also if you named it. So you can get in touch with us a couple different ways. You can send us an email. We're at YSMY Podcast. That's YSMY for You Show Me Yours at gmail.com. Or you can also find us on Facebook. Same handle. You can send us a DM or you can find links to all of our latest episodes on our main feed. In 2026, we have new episodes every Wednesday. The first Wednesday of the month, we are doing our usual YSMY thing and showing each other movies and television that we loved before our first date. And the rest of the Wednesdays of the month, we are rewatching Degrassi Junior High. Next episode will be
Helping Hand.
Yes. ...
Yes.
I always enjoy a good fraught piece of punctuation.
Right.
So anyway, find us next time with Helping Hand ... In the meantime, this has been You Show Me Yours. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.